Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing really well. This is the fourth and final daily thought of people that really inspire me in the Bible. In the first daily thought, I brought you Rahab the prostitute and how she feared the Lord more than she feared the king. In the second daily thought, I brought you the woman at the well and how God used a very normal person to witness to a whole town who all gave their lives to the Lord. And then in the last daily thought, I brought to you Noah and Noah's faithfulness in an unfaithful world and Noah's obedience in building an ark before the rain had come. And we reflected on our willingness to do what God is calling us to do, our willingness to build the boat before the rains come. Today, I want to talk about a person whose name we don't know, and actually we don't even know who the person was. So unlike the lady at the well, we know that it was a lady at the well, but we don't know her name. The Roman Catholics have given her a name. I'm not sure where they got that name from. With this person, we don't know their name and we don't even know who they are. And it's the author of the book of Hebrews. The book of Hebrews is an amazingly encouraging book. It's a book that is encouraging the newly converted Jews to stick with it. A lot of them have been going back to temple, have been going back to their old ways, their old traditional Jewish ways. But the author of Hebrews is saying, you've got to stop doing that. You have in Jesus received something so much better than the old covenant, than the old way, better than the angels, better than the great high priest Melchizedek, greater even than Moses. In Jesus we find someone that is greater than all of that, even greater than the Sabbath. Don't fall back to your old ways. Don't go back to your life before you gave your life to Jesus, because actually it can't offer you what Jesus offers you. It talks about how the tabernacle is merely a copy and shadow of what we have in Jesus, our heavenly tabernacle that sits at the right hand of the Father. And then we see in the book of Hebrews this word of encouragement where it tells us to not fall short, to continue to run the race in the presence of the cloud of witnesses, and they're all the faithful people that ran before us. It's an incredible book of encouragement. It ties the Old Testament so firmly in with the New Testament. It brings us the new covenant in light of the old covenant. It really helps us as Christians that weren't formally Jewish to understand the old covenant and what the Jews believe in. It is so rooted in the Old Testament, and yet it speaks about how much greater Jesus is. It is a fantastic book, like all the books are in the Bible. But the author of Hebrews, and Hebrews was probably delivered as a sermon and scribed for us. And there's some reasons why we know that. There's some points where the preacher forgets exactly the reference, but says somewhere it says, and then roughly quotes something from the Old Testament. So we get the sense that the preacher is getting really into what he's preaching and can't quite remember where he's sourcing his quote from. It says this in chapter 12. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. So as we're going along as Christians, and as things are getting hard, and it says throughout the Bible that things will be hard, and we get a sense at the moment, don't we, brothers and sisters, culturally, that things are moving away and things will be getting harder for us. The author of Hebrews says, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. Think about what he went through and think about where he is now. And he's bringing us along. Let that be your focus. Jesus seated at the right hand of the Father, reflecting on what he had to endure what you need to endure. Knowing that Jesus is there, interceding for you. He is who we need to have our eyes fixed on, but he's also here running with us. Hebrews, if you're ever feeling like things are getting a bit difficult, and that's a very common feeling, by the way, Hebrews is a great place to go to. It's such an encouragement for us and reminds us that when things get tough, we need to keep on going. We need to join in fellowship with our Christian brothers and sisters, and we need to run this race together with our Christian brothers and sisters and with Christ. And what is our aim? Christ. God bless.